love, respect. This video starts at 11:15 p.m. and it's currently Saturday. Everyone's straight calling me. My concept about that's okay. No, it's the trick on me. Be yourself. Be yourself. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. It really isn't. Loving yourself is not a crime. The fact that that 3-pointer actually made sense. How God was sweet, guiding you. Hold on 1 second, guarding you, allowed you to see that you was truly protected. It was far from hesitation when it come to better days ahead. That strategize and hold on 1 second started within, because you allowed yourself to be patient when it come to your moves. Because how incredible you truly are when it come to your skills. Who would have knew that God was really grooving you? It straight off me. God was really grooving with you. Because God was really show at the end of the day. Because you practiced and you made it make sense, it came naturally. No, it's straight off me. Such like a piece of cake. Oh, I can do this in my sleep. That's what you was dreaming. Dreaming of becoming a ball player. Didn't matter who was an electrician or not. And I say that respectfully. They would try to discourage you, because you had potential, but never get discouraged when it comes to your qualities. You picked up that pen that day for all the right reasons when it came to your reflection. Was far from having trust issues. You wasn't getting confused by the right folks. It was truly for you. That energy is different. I say that respectfully. Didn't matter if he was a poet. Didn't matter if he was a musician. I say that respectfully. No disrespect. Let alone actor. Let alone lawyer. Hey, Evan, straight on me. You pushing a baby carriage. Oh, shoot. Check you out. Oh, congratulations. Evan, straight off of me. It was what was work for you. You found your love within to understand how you balance. Hold on 1 second, not having trust issues. They praying to get downfall, but who would have knew? God allowed you to see elevation and dream come true. Not giving up, who would have knew at the end of the day? It didn't matter your time zone when it comes to your happiness. Allow you to feel like why you was truly strong. When it comes to growth, they would never understand. Far from folding when it comes to conversation, how you dance with God, even on your rainy day when you couldn't see. No, for real. My content, everybody, and that's okay. No, for real. This video started at 11:15 or whatever the case may be. When I speak about God or whatever the case may be, it's no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. No, it's a straight on me. When I speak about God, it's not malicious intentions. Oh, no, for real. My content is not for everyone. Growing up or not, or whatever the case may be, you have that person that you trust and you love them so much and you put your life in their hands or whatever the case may be. But this wasn't your fair chance this day. No, let's right on me. No. I don't think I should be talking about this. No, God, take over the world. Protect you. Didn't matter where when it came to your transaction. I said it respectfully, moving forward when it comes to your ignition. They would never understand that your blessings allow you to see your reflection. That self-love is different when it comes to that door being open. They praying to get downfall when it comes to your disguise, trying to antagonize because you're willing to treat yourself right. It'd be the chin of thought for me. Entertainment purpose is only. That's what this, I put the proper settings when it comes to age description or whatever the case may be. I swear I did. No, for real. Entertainment purpose only. This is for the smokers and drinkers. You put a name in your book or whatever the case may be. You haven't realized when you was minding your business and minding your business, whatever the case may be, having a good time when it comes to your quality time, self-love or self-chill day or self-outing with family, and you minding your motherfucking business. It's the train though for me. No, for real. You ever been one of those people that had a drink or two, a little bit too much too? Drink. Don't be out here drinking and driving or whatever the case may be. I don't condone that. But there's a drink on me. Or you pick up a little green or whatever the case may be. Did you ever realize that, hold on 1 second? Why is it when the light come on, the light flexion just starts to irritate my skin? It's a trait on me. One of my bad habits. It's a trait on me. Because when that wrong person walks in front of you, you're going to change your life. We don't get your life together. When you fix your wig, it's the trait on me. When you grow your hairline back, it's the trait on me. Don't be talking to me. It's the trait on me, fool. What's wrong with you? No, bro. You ever had you had some green or whatever the case may be, and that one person that walked into your life or whatever the case may be, that moment. No, for real, they've been in your life probably forever, whatever the case may be. You know the trait on me. You put a name in your book. Who made you uncomfortable that moment? Hell, the trait on me. No, get your shit together. Motherfucker say to you at the end of the day, when you get your life together. What do you mean? No, it's a drink on me. You just had a drink with me at the day. It's a drink on me. You talking all that shit at the end of the day. When you gonna get your motherfucking life together? It's a drink off of me. How they pick and choose who could have a bro or two. They try to confuse you when it comes to your work being comfortable. They want you to be stagnant when it came to your 3 points. Who would at the end of you would still continue to go. They try to discourage you when it comes to your sight and day. But the material started within when it comes to being authentic. How gangstalking and hacking is really real. But never get discouraged regardless of your content creator or let alone not. Let alone not. Let alone not. I say this respectfully. I love myself now after dim my life. I'm far from a crash out. The energy is different. They wanted me to wild out. They wanted me to wild out. Far from hard on 1 second. That one-sided conversation. I wasn't hurting myself, becoming my worst enemy when I was far from hating. Not everybody gonna balance your vocabulary when it comes to your self-control. It's certain folks who's gonna try to project your past and your life at the end. They all because they wanted you to fold. Or let alone, matter of fact, the story did never change because they still antagonize you when it comes to your growth. How that last conversation from the past is still the same when it comes to their one-sided energy. It be this train of thought for me like, damn, what happened to growth at the end that you talking about you hell, but you throw it in my face. It be the train of thought for me. It be so one-sided when it comes to your confident. How chicks and dudes want to stereotype all because, hold on one second, you found balance. Did it matter your job description that day? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. A blessing. Catch your blessings. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. They would try to take God credit. They would try to take credit for God's work and say at the end of the day you truly thirsty, all because they want you to dispute your own feelings when it comes to being emotionally intelligent. They want to energy harvest off your greatness. They want to paint you to be a psychotic patient, all because they trying to control the narrative when it comes to your vocals, loving yourself when it comes to your credentials. Never get discouraged or let them have trust issues because you balance a base that come relate to putting the work in when it comes to your shadow work, how you truly chose you. Being authentic. Being authentic, being authentic, being authentic. Being authentic, being authentic, being authentic. Being authentic, being authentic, being authentic. Fall from fake, fall from a copycat. Certain folks can't relate when they speak about G-O-D. But hold on a second, we wasn't praying the same. I would tag somebody again, but I wait for that rainy day. Only as a hold on a second, I was trying to dismiss my feelings when it comes to being emotionally available. But I say that respectfully because I was far from crashing out when I knew how to respect you. You ain't have to know somebody to understand your flow when they try to poison you with conversation behind the scenes. How God was showing you how you pray in between morning, noon, night, day. Who would have knew that morning? Allow you to feel that you was far from far gone when it come to hold on 1 second, your confidence. Showing up for yourself. You know, I go live every night between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m. I am my biggest cheerleader and I say that respectfully. Yeah, I'm safe. 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 They tried to shortchange you when it came to the Dow tone. They wanted you to be in the mindset, not making yourself smile more, but God was showing you how smooth you was, not getting discouraged because someone wanted you to fold when it comes to your self-control, regardless on the other side of the phone. You know, because the devil or the enemy, let alone the devil advocate, that try to play God in your life, not to treat you right, let alone the wolf in sheep's clothes with malicious intentions. They going to try to stir the pot when it comes to their magic. They want you to be in the mindset of fumbling your vocabulary. They want you to be in the mindset of believing your hope, but then how they gain stalking and hacking and never stop when you kept it real. Hold on a second that, you know, domestic violence dispute was truly real. Only for you to realize to hold on 1 second that it mattered the time zone when you told somebody you loved them. Only realize to hold on 1 second they couldn't come home. They had a hand problem to mislead you wrong. You had a choice at the end there, so you walked away. Only realize that growth hits different when it comes to overcoming pain. Now you're dealing with gang stalking and hacking because you walk away to choose your reflection. You wasn't doing it for likes and views, let on someone's one-sided conversation. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. Everybody's story ain't the same, but you overcame. Being with an abuser for so many years became the norm. Only as a hold on 1 second, you brought your own pain. Only realized once you walked away, that healing process allows you to feel how growth feels today. It allowed you to feel, hold on 1 second, so strong another week. Hold on 1 second, because you was participating in change. That patience is different. It wasn't easy to walk away from an old reflection of your point of view. Hold on 1 second. Someone didn't know how to show up for you that day. Imagine trying to protect yourself from someone that you say you love. Only realize to hold on 1 second, you fall from going when you least expected. To hold on 1 second, God allowed you to see another year. You know my constant, not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, regardless of trying to judge me. Let alone sending the evil out, regardless of your destination. You ain't gotta know certain folks when it comes to vocabulary, let alone language. To send the evil lie, project gang stalking and hacking, let them pray and get down for, but you know how to smile more when they hold on 1 second, then understand your growth. They trying to throw your skeletons in your face when it comes to your past, but the maturing conversation allows you to see why self-love truly lasts. You tie your shoe differently, was far from competition. That self-love is different when it comes to motivation. Who would know at the end of the day, God was not allowing you to give up on your reflection. That's right. You didn't make sense to somebody who don't understand you and don't respect you. Until they start to see potential, they could try to hold on 1 second. Rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Do spiritual work on you. Only hold on 1 second, you fall from filthy. Because God was restoring you from the proper season. Regardless who counted you out, God would always count you in. They would never understand we can never be equal. They say at the end of the day, if you can't beat them, join them. Why would I want to snake at my table? You try to shortchange my growth the first time around, but hold on 1 second, I wasn't able. I wasn't able to allow myself to fold. Only as a hold on 1 second, God was showing me growth. God was allowing me to see that dispute about to hit real different. How hold on 1 second, someone the energy harvest off my energy. It hit me to turn it over, but I called it back when I was far from fate. And hold on 1 second, being great starts, but then of course you're going to think that you're great, far from cocky, emotionally available. They would never understand how you elevate when it comes to hold on 1 second. We was on 2 different levels. No, be yourself. You don't got to know somebody for someone to project gang stalking and hacking towards you. And I say that respectfully. They say you lazy, you a bum. They say you lazy, you a bum. You wear the same gear all day long when it come to season, but you wasn't far from gone. It be the trend of open when you balance self-control. They want you to fold, hold on 1 second. Even when it comes to blackmail at the end, who would have knew that goals and allow you to see, hold on 1 second. Another chapter of folding. Another chapter of losing your vocabulary when it comes to hold on 1 second, loving your potential. Regardless, hold on 1 second, who wasn't cheering for you. No, for real, I had to trade though for me. You know why? Because you chose you. And the enemy's gonna always pray against you. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. It's not a crime to be authentic, no it ain't. Far from fake, nah, for real, for real, for real. I'm far from fake, nah, for real, for real. Like, love yourself, don't get discouraged. Yo, it's the trainer thought with me. It's Saturday. I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to discourage me. I am my biggest cheerleader. And I say it respectfully. The fact that they didn't want you to grow and have and hope. I would love to freestyle the comment section at the end if you truly want to grow, let alone be woke. On the page of self-love, that hits different because everybody not for you. So if you're sending the evil eye, continue to keep it pushing when it comes to your own patience. Everybody's not for you. Entertainment specialists, and I say that respectfully. Continue to keep it pushing when you're sending the evil eye with your weird ass. I would like to freestyle the comment section if that's cool, with the genuine ones with almost intentions. The fact that when someone don't show up for you at the end, they don't mean to get discouraged. Like going down an aisle by yourself when you're going for graduation, nobody was there to hold on 1 second. Congratulations, who would know at the end their growth would still hit different. Let alone happy birthday to you. Here's the train of thought for me. How your growth allows you to feel that self-love was real. You found this at the end of the day. They would never understand that you still heal. They want to control the narrative here. They said that you whack, you corny. Nobody gonna get. Hold on 1 second. That's what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to get lost in your own words. They trying to school you to try to humble you when it comes to your verbs. They said nobody gonna see you when it comes to your flow. They don't want to see you grow at the end because you whack and you're corny, you a nobody. Hold on 1 second, it started within. You've been dealing with bullyism since a child point of view. Going into your adulthood, who would have knew that God would allow you to see what God chose you? Dealing with spiritual warfare all day long. They would never understand that God was not misleading you wrong. Like loving yourself, don't get discouraged. Loving yourself, don't get discouraged. Not ever straight off of me. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. Regardless who's trying to take credit for God's work at the end of the day. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I would never accept anything on your behalf, especially if you didn't give it to me personally. And I say that respectfully. Individuals will impersonate you or others than they. No, it's a straight off. Why got time for that weird shit? Then they say that you mentally unstable. Oh, okay. You gotta make a fake page to watch me and the trade off for me. But the disrespect more loud. It's one thing just minding your business sitting in the crowd. But damn, when you make yourself loud, it be the train of thought for me. How chicks and dudes will be talking a whole bunch of gibberish under a fake account. At the end of the day, talking about they real, but they want to see you frown. They sit in the evil hour, malicious, intent, so thirsty, trying to energy harvest off your energy, looking for a reaction because you fall from thirsty. It be the train of thought because they don't want you to believe in your faith. Who would have knew that growth is different? Being confident in your skin. So they see potential within you. Behind the scenes, gangstalking you or hacking you, trying to take credit for God's work, all because you bounced another day that certain folks can't see because they wearing the mask. Hold on 1 second. They said that you unintelligent when it comes to your reflection, so they wanted to paint you out to be a crasher, but you truly, hold on 1 second, found growth even when they try to rob you. Hold on 1 second, try to humble you. You know, it's going to be certain chicks and dudes praying to get downfall, trying to antagonize you, all because you wanted to smile more. You balanced a shadow where they couldn't relate to. That was confidence going with them when they trying to rob you. Mentally, spiritually, financially. Even trying to make you homeless behind the scenes so you won't, hold on 1 second, prosper. Let alone playing with magic or spells when it comes to your finance. But God restored you for the right seasons, overcoming. Who would have known at the end of the day that the message dispute at the end of the day allowed you to see why you standing so strong. And I say that respectfully, far from competing with your past at the end of the day, because it brought the best out of you when it comes to being authentic. When certain folks didn't understand it, hold on 1 second. You still holding on, huh? You still holding on. What do you see in yourself? Because someone didn't love you. Someone didn't respect you. Someone don't like you. Someone wanted to have their cake and eat it too, and you wasn't even on that same type of foolery. They had a hand problem, verbally, physically, emotionally. Damn, how are you so stable? They felt like you was a punching bag. Hold on 1 second. Who would have known at the end that you'd be able? I left myself not to dim my light that past. Hold on 1 second. Taking account for your part, let alone your growth, your strength to understand. Hold on 1 second. Our hearts ain't the same, but I was far from losing myself. Who would have knew that true love can find you? Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. It's a train of thought for me. It was far from just a walk in the park when it came to the love of your life. And I say that respectfully. You're in the hold on 1 second direction when it comes to who would have knew divine timing is different. How someone allowed you to see that respect and loyalty went a long way. It was far from hold on 1 second. Clout, I say that respectfully, let on a chase. Because someone didn't have to be under the influence to love you another day. Ooh, I said that respectfully. You know, because that balance when it comes to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of love, someone truly shows you, hold on 1 second, it's okay to love. Because someone's trying to hurt you, let alone show you what your past, what you put you through, doing you wrong. You know, even when you get chopped up in your words still, how someone still allows you to feel like, hold on 1 second, love at first sight still hits different. Someone giving you butterflies within, who would have knew at the end of the day God had good intentions. How regards to this person, that person playing with spell work, regards to their zip code, regards to whoever you left that day, they didn't want you to grow. How someone wished the worst on you in the most unhealthiest way. They didn't want you to be in a healthy relationship, someone balancing your smile. They knew at the end of the day, hold on one second, you didn't have to try hard to show up for yourself, to show up for real love. And I say that respectfully, so damn, they lost the prize, and that was you that day. No, it's straight over me. Oh, my devil bad. That ain't just different. Because when the right person walked into your life, the gift was more so of a blessing, and someone wasn't trying to fumble your reflection. And I say that respectfully. Far from having trust issues, loyalty went a long way. Respect showed you at the end of the day how you believe in your faith. Someone truly showed you why you're emotionally available. It's truly incredible. Someone truly allows you to feel like what you got used to. No, Evan, straight over me. Someone didn't make you feel like you was your own worst enemy, let alone prisoner, let alone hurting yourself with your own vocabulary. You know, someone didn't have to blackmail you what you've gone through from your past or let alone your present. Gang stalking, hacking, overcoming, or dealing with domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, or violence, or jealousy, or envy, or insecurity, or folks trying to bring harm to you, let alone dim your light when it comes to your point of view. How someone's genuinely praying for you. How when individuals, regardless of their tax bracket at the end of the day, doesn't want you to pursue your happiness at the end of the day. You got your biggest cheerleader on the side showing at the end of the day, I'm showing up good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick day, that distance still's gonna hit the same. No, it straight over me, You know, because when you fall in love with the right person, sick or not at the end of the day, that person still makes time. And they still don't know how. Because God allowed them how. God allowed them to show them how. Imagine being sick at the end of the day, right? And the energy's mutual. Someone truly loves you. No, it's a trait, though. I mean, that's truly incredible. I said what I said. Regardless if you're a content creator, entrepreneur, or not, never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully. Dealing with or overcoming gang stalking, hacking, domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime, or violence, or jealous, envious motherfuckers. Let on someone sitting with an evil lie. Oh my gosh. You know, it don't matter about someone's tax bracket when it comes to gang stalking and hacking, domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate and crime, and violence, and I say that respectfully. How someone had a passion trying to kick you down low to make you feel like you're supposed to fold when it comes to your self-love. Didn't matter that stranger, thank you or no thank you, didn't have to know. Someone from your past gathering of folks that didn't want to see you grow. It didn't matter if it was the doctor. Didn't matter if it was that teacher, that lawyer, hold on, second customer service. Didn't matter if someone had a badge or not. And I say that respectfully. Didn't matter with the delivery driver, regardless of their tax bracket on a rainy day, how they want to project, hold on one second, wanting you to shortchange your growth when it comes to being woke. Didn't matter if it was the cashier, the laundry person, the janitor, man or woman, little supervisor, man or woman. It be the train of thought for me, that electrician, that poet, that actor. Didn't matter at the end of the day when you was far from acting up. No, it was a check. I mean, they was testing your gangster so bad. You know that motherfucker send you some spell work? And the train calling me. Oh, these motherfuckers will send you spell work or whatever the case may be and get mad at you. Because you love you. What the fuck? Infiltrate over me. Never get discouraged because someone's praying your downfall. I would never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully, regardless of praying my downfall. You don't have to know somebody for someone to pray your downfall. That's like a new content creator or entrepreneur or something. Regardless of where they at the end of the day. You ain't gotta know somebody at the end of the trip over me. I don't like you. Okay, have a good day. Illustrate on me. Didn't matter if someone's homeless or not, and I say that respectfully. Someone balancing a day that you can't relate to, that was confidence. Hold on one second, regardless of if someone still wants to put a disaster on someone's mental health. How God restores that baby for all the right seeds. They be the trend of thought for me. Hold on one second, when chicks and dudes don't want you to balance your vocabulary, they want you to be in a mindset of not walking right. You know, believing in your motivation to treat yourself right. They try to count you out when it comes to your blessings, but fall from God's rejection. When it comes to God's protection, when your past try to throw your past in your face at the end of the day, all because they trying to get next to you and they still trying to project the case. You know, when it comes to the spiritual warfare thing, they sending dabbling, spellwork and witchcraft, doing love potions or whatever the case may be, so you won't be woke when it come to hold on one second, your foreign conversation, hold on one second, you okay to be strong. Because certain folks ain't used to that. Being your authentic self starts within. It's going to be chicks and dudes because you took the leap of faith. Trying to take credit for God's work, but hold on 1 second, we all don't bleed the same. Respect goes a long way, far from snakes. Loyalty goes a long way when it comes to hold on 1 second, wasn't trauma bonding. How when the right folks walk into your life at the end of the day, that gang stalking and hacking, projecting domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime, and violence ain't part of their vocabulary. And I say that respectfully because they only understood how to balance and make certain folks can relate to. It's an on and off switch when it comes to hold on 1 second. Certain conversations they say, right? But when you put it in God's hands, that energy is different. They would never understand that, dang, you really think so far. You thought so far in life that God balanced your life. Certain folks can relate to, hold on 1 second, they didn't know how to treat you, right? Wow. When the right people see you, they hate you, they respect you. Regardless of someone's skeletons in a closet, they wasn't running from their past when it comes to growth. Hold on 1 second, it was far from playing chess, being woke. Because someone found boundaries when it comes to self-respect, that self-love is different. When they far from haters. You know, when the right people walk into you like they act their body weight, not their shoe size. How someone send you the evil eye. And you don't have to know them. But when the right people walk into your life, they don't got time for that weird shit. No, they don't. No, I swear they don't. They don't got time to go that witch, that warlock, that priest, or whatever the case may be, that Terry, that karmic. They don't got time to be gang stalking you or hacking you. No, no, no. They don't got time to be on the fake pages either. No, they don't got time for that. They praying against you. That was the devil talking. They praying for you. That's the right people calling. The energy is different. A wolf in sheep's clothes will try to pursue happiness towards you, but it's nothing but lust because someone couldn't understand the hold on 1 second rejection for your protection. I may not make sense to the average person, but damn, God works in mysterious ways. They say God not real. But you saw you. Even when they see you, they send you the evil eye, but they see you. They praying on your downfall, but you continue to balance your smile more. You know, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully if you're going through domestic violence or overcoming racism, discrimination, hate crime, violence, gang stalking, or hacking, or jealousy or envy or insecurity people. No, infiltrate though. I mean, no, for real, for real. When the right folks walk into your life, they act in their body weight. They out those outdated tennis shoes for all the right reasons. Who would have known at the end of the day someone did the proper shadow work, even when chicks and dudes was praying on their vocabulary. They wanted to fumble their own words when it came to hold on 1 second, their testimony, so they won't be great. To understand how they pursue it, to balance peace within, to understand that relaxation is different. I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I may not make sense to the average person, but when you step out on a leap of faith, you never ask for nobody's permission to be yourself. So because you didn't ask for someone's permission to be yourself, individuals will project gang stalking and hacking towards you. Or someone will see potential within you to try to steal God's creativity from you. Your view, your self-love, because God created you. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But no mother or father should ever be blackmailed or put in a situation where their child is dealing with gang stalking and hacking because someone lacks self-control. And I say that respectfully because someone's a bully. You know, my content is not for everybody, and I would never reach out to you or accept anything on your behalf, and I say that respectfully. The fact that I said, yeah, I'm safe. 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 Thanks for letting me know at the end of the day I got genuine folks that truly care about me, but fall from figure at the end of the day. They ain't trying to, you know, deteriorate me when it comes to my hold on 1 second, my vision with God. How when I pursue happiness within, they allow me to feel like it's okay to think far. It's okay to think far, to know that you're worthy of your own self-love when it comes to your universe, when it comes to your self-control. Hold on 1 second. When the right folks see you. When the right folks see you. You know, regardless if you're a content creator, poet, or not, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to your creativity, Regardless of trying to take credit for God's work, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself. It's certain folks that said nobody gonna see you when it comes to your life. You ever had that conversation with that one person, only realized to hold on 1 second, they was just putting you on a game, and nobody gonna see you when it come to better days. It's gonna be so many conversations that fake love is gonna be real than actual love. Only realized to hold on 1 second, the right folks kept it real when it came to hold on 1 second, showing you authenticity is truly great. That respect goes a long way when it comes to loyalty. Hold on 1 second, fall from snakes. How respect goes a long way, so ain't got an energy harvest off your potential, let alone energy harvest off your potential. Energy harvest off your potential. That's the part right there. How the devil's monitor your next move because you love yourself. You found potential to love yourself regardless to what direction you was that day when you said I'm safe. That phone call was real at the end of the day. When the right folks care about you with no malicious intentions, hold on 1 second. They don't want you to be in a mindset, being your worst enemy, let alone a prisoner. When they actually show at the end, they things will get better. They ain't got an energy harvest off your energy. They praying for you, not against you. Fall from the fool. It's food for thought. And I said respectfully, who would have knew that growth is different when it comes to hold on 1 second? God was still using you. You know, my content is not everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're supposed to be uncomfortable in your skin, regardless if you pick up a phone or not, or regardless to if you decide to open that door or not, and you never have malicious intentions, or you decide to go purchase that car, or whatever the case may be, or you decide to go into a relationship that makes you happy. Never give up on yourself because someone doesn't want you to prosper. They want you to be lost when it comes to direction. They want to control the narrative when it comes to hold on 1 second, your mental health. All because you was far from catching the case when you was far from a crash out. They got to antagonize you when it comes to your growth. You've been dealing with antagonizing at the end. They sense a child point of view going to your adulthood. Hold on 1 second, you balance being woke. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. I would never get discouraged regardless to what community, zip code, county, or country. And I say that respectfully. I've been posting since on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube since what, 2022? When I first started my videos. It's 2026. When the right people are truly for you, they're not sending you to evil eye. Genuine support comes authentic. Hold on 1 second, even when the devil try to tell so many lies. How the devil try to out-talk you at the end of the day, but getting discouraged. Hold on 1 second, you put your favor, allowing God to guide you. They would never understand that you balance something they can relate to. That was your self-love, how it's truly beautiful. Never get discouraged when it comes to being patient, regardless of the environment that you in at the end of the day, regardless of praying your downfall, all because you believed in your faith. Even when folks said nobody gonna see you when it comes to your potential, even when they try to, food for thought, they said it was truly poison, but God restores you when it comes to the season, when it comes to the proper nourishments, and I always put the right, settings when it comes to my videos. The fact that you didn't give up when they praying your downfall, they try to take credit for God's work because you're willing to smile more. No mother or father should ever be put in a situation because of bullies when their child is dealing with gangstalking and hacking because someone wants to control the narrative behind the scenes. When someone doesn't know what their child is going through behind the scenes, regardless if someone's in a domestic dispute situation or dealing with child services or just dealing with life itself when it comes to gangstalking and hacking, man or woman. How individuals hack your devices, your accounts, your emails. Monitor your day-to-day activities from the time that you open your device, your accounts, your emails, from the time that you open your device at the end of the day. Manipulate your settings, manipulate your phone service, manipulate your internet. And then paint you to be mentally unstable at the end of the day because you're expressing yourself. Didn't matter if you was a content creator or not at the end of the day. Didn't matter if you was operating your own establishment. No, it does not. Because nobody's voice should not be heard at the end of the day because someone wants to control the narrative. Because at some point in time, I think someone's voice needs to be heard, regardless of what the situation is. Regardless if it's gang stalking or hacking, domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, or violence. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone doesn't believe you if you're dealing with gang stalking and hacking. Or jealousy if you're insecure. People ain't the straight of me. Don't give up on yourself. You know, my content is not for everyone. No, the trait of me is not nice. Okay. This is currently my second live. This video started at 11:15 p.m. My first video started at 10:15 p.m. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone and I always have since day one. This may be childish to you, but it's me being productive, not hurting myself or others. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. And I also did this one too. Being productive with no malicious intentions. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. And my content is not for everyone. I am my biggest cheerleader. Never get discovered because they don't want you to bounce. Hold on 1 second. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Hey, I love myself not to dim my light. Hey, I love myself not to dim my light. Why would I want to dim my light when you trying to dim my light? Why would I want to dim my light when you trying to dim my light? Yo, you said I was a joke. You said I wasn't worthy, but I'm smooth with my words when it comes to my self-love. That growth is different, far from manipulation. Wasn't running from my past, taking account for my action. That self-love is different. When self-love allows you to last, they want you to be in a fold. They want you to be in a mindset of folding. When it comes to compare and see, at the end of the day, they trying to take credit for God's work because you smooth prop. You move smooth. Ever tried to call me cool? It was far from a trend being authentic because it starts within. Far from a copycat. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand your expression. No, for real. Because authenticity starts within. Never get discovered because someone's trying to take credit for God's work when you're not competing. Always be yourself. I'm far from a crash out and I would never hurt myself regardless of sending me evil. No, it's the trade off. You know you ain't gotta know somebody. Let alone, hold on 1 second. You ain't even have to know. It's the trade over me. You know, motherfuckers be telling on themselves and they be like, oh, one thing I don't do is run from my past. It's the trade over me. Hello. No, for real. Never give up on yourself because someone took your kindness or weakness and is willing to say they're gonna blackmail you or project or have someone project on you or know gang stalking and hacking or want you to be in an unhealthy situation with domestic violence, projecting racism, discrimination, hate, common violence towards you. Never give up on yourself. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. No, it's the trait of me. And I said what I said. No, for real. It's not. They said Jamaica's up, but it's still actually bought balance. They said Jamaica's up, but it's still bought balance. They said Jamaica's up, but it's still bought balance. I love myself. They said that you need to go hell. Damn, the same folks that say that you need to go hell was trying to poison them own selves with their own conversation, keeping it real. They saw potential within you at the end, but they didn't want to put respect out loud. They did it behind closed doors, only rather hold on 1 second. God still was trying to say wow. Because folks would play with spoken in a toxic way, make you feel you're supposed to be bent out of shape. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to reject yourself when you asked for God's protection. They would never understand that elevation is different. You ain't have to know somebody to know they was doing spell work. Got you on an altar playing with their mental health. They trying to distract you when they come in your love language. Or because you believe in hope, having faith hits differently. They say we don't pray the same, but hold on 1 second. Who's your God? Because I can't relate. Everybody's not for you. But don't get discouraged because someone's poisoned conversation. They said that your God don't work all because they trying to put the mindset that you're supposed to become your own worst enemy. All because they don't want you to believe in your own favor that it starts within you. You know, my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. Today's currently July 18, 2026. You don't have to know somebody or not for them to send you the evil eye. You don't even have to have a conversation with somebody for someone to see the evil eye. That's why I say the internet is really funny because just by you acknowledging the comment section, someone will sit there and say they know you. Or someone will be behind a fake page and say they know you. It's the trade off of me. Oh, Lord. Let alone maybe walking past somebody goddamn door to a motherfucker be like, yeah, I had a whole conversation. I was talking to them for like 14 hours today. and never spoke to that person a day in your life but said, no, thank you, thank you. It's the train off me or excuse me. What's wrong with these folks? That does not mean get discouraged because someone's trying to blackmail you against you. And I say that respectfully. I always talk about love. I go live every night between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. When I speak about God, it's not manipulation or malicious intentions. And I work alone, and I'm not AI. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. And I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones, it's not sending the evil eye or malicious intentions. It's Jacob be the one that got common sense to say, hi, no, Jacob be. Everybody said the evil eye at one time. Oh, Lord. You know, cool, you energy make whatever the case may be. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments don't dim your light when it comes to your patience. They're going to try to discourage you when it comes to their hates and their malicious intentions. Don't get discouraged. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't running from your past. The energy is different. Never give up on yourself, and I say respectfully. When you know how to take accountability for your actions. Never give up on yourself because you express yourself to the wrong person. They said you whack in your corner, you are nobody. Damn, how long they been watching? Ever trade up off of me? Cause not that much he said, she said, I'm gonna believe. No, for real. Hello. Never give up on yourself because you call someone family, blood related or not. And I say that respectfully. I go live every night between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m. And today's currently July 18, 2026. And I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself. The fact that, yes, I'm safe, that energy is different. It's going to be chicks and dudes blackmail you against you because of your existence. But when you never trying to hurt yourself, never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. It's a train of thought for me. I'm not being aggressive when it comes to conversation. Never allow yourself to focus on someone trying to blackmail in your face. They playing out loud, but who at the end of you was far from hold on 1 second, crashing out when it came to bounce another day. Never get discovered because that 3-pointer still hits different. You still bouncing out, hold on 1 second, your flow when it comes to the stars. Who would have knew at the end of the day, God wasn't making it that hard. Being authentic starts within, you're still great. I may not make sense to the average person, but far from who would have knew at the end day that God counted you when they said that you would lose, let alone a lane, that you ain't worthy another day. They had to dibble and dab with spell or gang stalk you, hack you, monitor your next move, monitor when you come to start loving yourself, let alone washing your ass. It be the train of thought for me when it comes to your point of view. How everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to overcoming gang stalking, hacking, hold on 1 second. They wanted to project pain another day. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I love to talk about love. Now, ever take of me, I do. I never knew it was a crime to listen to music, but I guess. Ever traded over me like a person with gang stalk you, hack you, whatever the case may be, and then you put on certain music, whatever the case may be, a motherfucker will make an assumption within making an assumption like you're a weirdo because you listen to that person. But people pick and choose who they could be fanned out about or who they can like or who they can play or whatever the case may be until it's you. Ever take on it sounds like a sad situation. But don't give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. Regardless from the blackmail with your own vocabulary. Your self-love looks good. The right person sees you. Respect went a long way when it comes to loyalty. Didn't matter, hold on 1 second, your time zone. Who and then they so much make you smile more. Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one, surely for you. It was far from an excuse when that fruitful cup is different. A blessing walked into your life. Who would not hold on 1 second? There was no competing. How someone truly shows they wasn't having trust issues. Your light is different when it comes to real love. Hold on 1 second. Someone truly shows that you was far from folding. Because your boundaries is different when it comes to being strong, emotionally available. Who would have known at the end that you truly be incredible? You know, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And like just because one was the right person just brought you balance, got you hold on 1 second, feeling that vibe, but having butterflies within. Only was to hold on 1 second. You did change your digestive system when it comes to that win. No, for real, bro. It's all right. Don't let nobody down talk you. And let me tell you something, be yourself. You know, it's going to be someone always on the outside point of view. Let alone someone wants you to crash out when it comes to your dreams come true. How someone could truly love you Because there's always going to be someone in the background stirring the pot when it comes to the toxic conversation, because someone doesn't want you to be valued in the most healthiest way. Hold on 1 second. How two strangers could truly love each other another day. Who would have knew at the end of the day when went from strangers to lovers? Best friend to business partners. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when the right person don't want you to be your own worst enemy, let alone prisoner. How when the right person sees you, respects you, they're not trying to blackmail you when it comes to your potential. You know, when the right person walk into your life was far from trauma bonding. They heard what you've been through, let alone overcoming. Jealousy, envy, insecurity, mindset. Nah, that wasn't the win. No, I haven't changed. We got time for that weird shit. No. Let alone playing with someone to get to time. Hello? Evan, straight up, you just want to grow with the right person. Imagine expressing to yourself that someone's saying that you're going through gangstalking or hacking. Someone's monitoring your day-to-day activities, let on your phone calls. Hold on 1 second. Damn, you're just trying to heal it when it goes within, being authentic. You saying that you respect your boundaries so much that at the end of the day, someone heard what you've been through, overcoming domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime or violence, jealousy, envy, insecurity, folks projecting on you, all because, hold on 1 second, you was willing to trust you. Another season, your testimony is different. How the right person pour into you, far from boring. I say that respectfully. Hold on 1 second, greatness starts, but then, hold on 1 second, someone's trying to have their cake and eat it too. It was no more holding on when it came to conversation. Because who would have known at the end of the day? Someone was truly in rotation. No, ever trade on the same page. Being emotionally available. No, for real. Truly incredible. How when the right person sees you, respects you, they cheering for you up close, the person behind closed doors. It was far from fake love, and I say that respectfully. How someone just wanted to bring the best out of you, regardless, hold on 1 second, to see your point of view. It didn't matter what someone was when it comes to this thing called the world, because not everybody's in a domestic violence situation, long overcoming, or let alone long distance. Just because you never had someone a long distance relationship, don't mean that your cousin, your aunt, or whatever can't be in one. It's Jacob. You need to mind your business. Stop picking and choosing who you want to bully, you fool. It's the trade though for me. When the devil try to confuse you, say that you're not worthy of healthy love, it ain't gonna work out, but who that God was overlooking you. Because God was allowing me to see it's okay to love the right person, regardless of praying to get down for when you least expect it. Who would have knew that God was allowing you to see that someone's praying for your crown to be fixed every single day when it comes to your self-love, that confidence is different. Someone's trying to have their cake and eat it too when it comes to keeping it real with you. That energy is different, how great you truly are. No, for real, be yourself. No, for real. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but when you start with your reflection when it comes to your self-love, your fairy tale makes it more sense at the end of the day when it comes to who would have knew a journey so fruitful. Someone truly loving you, not playing mind games. Tired of being crying out at the end of the day because someone wants to fold when it comes to conversation, jealousy, envy, insecurity. Who wants to deal with someone laid up at the end of the day, regardless over the phone, regardless of the distance? They want to just do you wrong. They want to have their cake and eat it too and talk about you insecure, or because you understood the end of the day, I didn't have to cheat on you. No, for real. Or let alone you pouring into the wrong cup and someone try to take credit for God's work because you showed up. But someone try to outsmart the game. Only was, hold on 1 second, God was not on your page. No, for real. That's why God closed that door for all the right reasons. Because when the right person see you, respect you at the end of the day, they not trying to make you the villain. They just want to show at the end of the day they participate in your healing. Allowing you to see why you open that door when it comes to your heart. They wasn't trying to outsmart you when it comes to your mental health. Besides, show you at the end of the day, when the world's against you, I got your back. The energy is different. Who would have knew you was far from your worst enemy, let alone prisoner? No, for real, be yourself. You know, I say this respectfully. If you're an actor or a content creator or not, regardless of what environment that you're in, never get discouraged of expressing yourself in your environment. And I say that respectfully. Never stop allowing your creativity to continue to grow. And I say that respectfully, regardless to who's projecting or who's not projecting, good energy or bad energy. Never stop choosing yourself. Because with a mother and father at the end of the day, they want their child to be safe regardless if they're in their life or not. Not the ones that doing it for likes of you, the cloud chasing the family. I say that respectfully. No, for real, friend. What a rainy day. I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity. My first live went up this evening at 10:15 p.m. and this is currently my second live, and this video started at 11:15 p.m. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself when someone is preying on your downfall. And I say that respectfully. And especially if you're a content creator or not, or entrepreneur, never get discovered because you're dealing with gang stalking or hacking, or you're overcoming or dealing with domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, or violence when it never stops. My content is everybody. When I speak about God, it's not manipulation or malicious intentions. And I'm far from a hater. Hello, and I say that respectfully. And I know how to give credit when it's doing flowers, when it's doing all that. Like, we all like the same, and that's okay. Now, for real, it's all right. Don't give up on yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never get discouraged regardless of what community, county, country, zip code, or whatever the case may be. I work alone, and I say that respectfully, and I would never accept anything on your behalf, and especially if you didn't give it to me at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. The internet is... You on the fake page again? Oh, you're misleading the conversation. And the trait over me. Be yourself, don't dim your light. Nah, for real, don't dim your light. Love yourself. Hold on 1 second. Let's check this out real quick. Hold on. The fact that it was just Saturday, hold on 1 second. How we gonna balance the Sunday evening? It's more so morning when you least expect it, but everybody's time zone ain't the same. But hold on 1 second, you still understood your reflection. Continue to balance out Saturday and Sunday. That's what you did. You're gonna balance out the day. It didn't work out for you yesterday, but who would have knew? Never get discouraged using your own vocabulary because someone should discourage you. Never allow someone to discourage you when it comes to Monday. Who would know the observation is different when it comes to Tuesday? How God never overlooked you, and I say that respectfully. Allowing yourself to see why you truly flow, how you truly great when it comes to being emotionally available. Hold on 1 second, you still truly incredible. You still balancing out this thing called shadow work. It was far from fake, and I say that respectfully because it starts with them when it comes to being great. When you speak about God was never for likes and views, they saying that God ain't real because you the worst enemy at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. And the J thought fall from a crash out, nah, for real. Fall from a crash out, nah, for real. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fall from a crash out, nah, for real. Even when they try to antagonize you regardless of the day of the week, even when Thursday allows you to see, hold on 1 second, you fall from preventing yourself, allowing yourself to fall because of someone's one-sided conversation because they lack self-control. You wasn't trying to get discouraged when it comes to your motivation. Hold on 1 second, you don't have to dibble and dabble with that magic because someone tried to participate in a one-sided conversation. You just put it in God's hands, but you don't worship the devil alone. Selling your soul is a part of your vocabulary. No, for real. The fact that Friday will be round the corner again. It's gonna be Friday again. No, for real. It's gonna be a Friday, again. And the Jake on me. See you again Friday. That's what they gonna say, huh? You can't wait to say that to your coworker. And the Drake on me. You know, it's one thing being fake with a coworker at work, but don't be fucking fake with motherfuckers that you ain't got a motherfucking no-ho. No, for real. I ain't gotta sleep with you, ho. Don't be fake with me at the end of the day. Don't fucking say hi if you don't fucking mean that shit. Keep your energy to yourself. Allow. No, for real. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone's willing to blackmail you or discourage you. Or you're overcoming gang stalking or going through gang stalking, hacking when it never stop. Domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, or violence. Never give up on yourself. And if you're a content creator dealing with shadow banned or they pick and choose who can see your creativity, never give up on yourself. No, for real, don't give up on yourself. It was more so the moment of silence when you had to understand your reflection. Hold on 1 second. It was far from show and tell. No, it was right far from me. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. This video started at 11:15 p.m. Our first video started at 10:50 p.m. To the genuine that's not sending evil out, hope all is well and get in. No, for real. I say that respectfully. Yeah, now you're safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They did it again. I balanced self-love, but they didn't want me to see with it.
I chose Tuesday. I balanced self-control. Who would have known at the end of the day that was every day that was God's plan? I wasn't running from my skeletons in my closet. I balance Wednesday when it comes to motivation, but that's every day still too. Even when I don't feel 100%, I still count on you. You know, God with no malicious intentions, not the one that's trying to play God. No, 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 no. I wasn't seeking revenge. I put in God's hands. And God, we trust me to all pray the same God, because I'm far from a hater. And I didn't got an energy harvest over my neighbor's labor. Friday. Wait. We saw Thursday. But that's the point when they overlook you. Because you chose you. Never overlook you when they overlook you. How Friday? Who would have known? Thinking you're worse than me? Nah, that's not you. Still balancing day by day, even when the enemy tries to test you. Growth, love you. Don't get discovered because they praying to get downfall. Who would have knew that God still chose you? Friday, you know you worthy. Don't get discouraged. How Saturday allows you to bring balance. Hold on 1 second, it hits different. When it comes to fall from a hater, growth still hits different. I love me, not the dim my light. I love me, not the dim my light. Sunday, never give up on yourself. Wow, who would have known you'd still be participating? I love myself, my sun is shining, it's shining, it's shining. You're my sunshine, you are a blessing. Never let a hater dim your light. The fact that I chose one, I still counted me in. They tried to count me out when it came to one still, but who knew our map wasn't the same when it comes to my reflection? You know, domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime, violence, gangstalking, hacking is real. Never give up on yourself. Be safe. Have a safe week. You are loved. You are worthy by the right folks. Who wasn't got an energy harvest of singing the evil line? Oh, what alone getting so get happy. I said what I said. Hello. We all ain't the same. Never get discovered because folks want to paint out to be a pressure. See, they pick and choose who could be a puppet. Talk about spirituality, the devil, the enemy, narcotics, and violence, or whatever the case may be. Spirituality, God, the enemy, narcotics, did I say that already? Domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, violence. They just pissed me off. Yeah, that's what they want you to be. They want you to be so pissed off and think so small about yourself. But you got qualities within you today. Don't get discouraged. Breathe. Gotta go. No, for real. If the chain don't me, that's what they gonna tell you in a minute. He's gonna be okay. But you gotta believe that. Regards to the environment. Don't give up on yourself. They're praying to get downfall, but God never counted you out. Love yourself!
I'm Naya, to your love, respect, and my contents, everybody. This video started at 11:15 p.m. My first live started at 10:15 p.m. When gangstalking and hacking is real, never give up on yourself because someone doesn't believe you. And I say that respectfully. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. Misunderstood and loved by all, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by all, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. Now I got child of it, be yourself. Always be yourself, no misintention, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. It's currently 12:13 p.m. and I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never get discouraged because someone wants to put blockages in front of you. And yes, I am safe, and I say that respectfully. And I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to control the narrative. And I say that respectfully. It's currently 11:13, currently right now, and I am my biggest cheerleader. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. The fact that you loving yourself when it comes to your world going around, getting discouraged, they would never understand. Hold on 1 second, God's still balancing your crown. Continue to be strong. Regardless of praying your downfall, or regardless of trying to make you feel supposed to think small. When individuals trying to take credit for God's work, blackmail you, whatever the case may be, never get discouraged when it comes to being authentic. God's creation starts within when it comes to your flow. They're going to try to put blockages in front of you because you understood how to be woke. Praying your downfall wasn't part of your conversation. And I say that respectfully. When you found Patience. Always be yourself. You don't gotta know somebody for someone to bring it down for, let alone disrespect you, and they don't have to know you, or even pass it at the end of the day, and you still don't gotta know them. Always be yourself. The fact that you said, don't get discouraged. Yeah, I said what I said. I would never hurt myself. I'm Nigel, Young Respect, and it's 59 minutes to this video, and 30 seconds, and it's 12:14 on my end. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. When gangstalking, the hack can never stop. Never get discouraged. Like I said, my content is not for everyone. It's not. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. The fact that you chose one when it comes to your comprehension is going to bring stagnation in someone's life, all because, hold on one second, they don't understand your vision. But never get discouraged when it comes to motivation, being patient. Who would have knew at the end of the day, you had to have chicks in different tags, bracket, let alone dudes, dibbling down with magic, trying to confuse you, hacking and gang stalking, trying to compete with you, trying to steal godless quality when it comes to your self-love. Hold on one second, you never got folded. You never got folded when it comes to your mental health. Far from being strung out when they try to control the narrative. I always put the right settings when it comes to my videos, even when you got malicious intentions. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless if you're content creator or not, it's always going to be somebody sending you the evil lie. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater, and I would never hurt myself regardless of sending me evil eye, and I say that respectfully.
Be yourself. It's 12:16 p.m. Be yourself. Peace and respect, your neighbors. I don't want you many out there. Me like gotta go neighbor.